Chapter 741, Battle of the Bears. It starts in the living room. It was movie time and we were watching one of my favorite movies from 2012, Brave. It's about a 16th century medieval Scotland princess named Merida. She's the only Disney princess we haven't met yet. We saw that Merida was an extremely adventurous and highly optimistic and brave princess. She is not afraid to fight in the face of danger. But what really shocked us was that she was placed into an arranged marriage with either of three Scottish princes against her will, and that she was fated to be married to one of them. But what really surprised us even more was when Merida accidentally turned her mother into a bear when she went to a local witch to get a spell to try and convince her. But it backfired big time. But there was a nasty battle with the ferocious demon bear Mordu. In the end we saw that Merida and Eleanor reconciled, and it was a great movie. We cheered wildly when it was done. That movie is awesome. Lori, it literally was. Angela, getting forced to marry someone? Even my former father wasn't that cruel. I know. No one should ever have to marry someone that was arranged to someone they haven't even met. Lola, but that was funny how Eleanor was turned into a bear. Lana, I would love being turned into a bear. That would be so awesome. Lainey, but that did give Eleanor a chance to reflect on what she was doing. That's true, Lainey. Maria, with our powers, curing the queen will be a snap. You got that right, Maria. Natalie, I've always been a strong Irish and Scots woman at heart because of my love of Celtic culture. Lainey, I love the Irish and Scottish culture. It's amazing. Luna, me too, Lanes. Not only that, but Merida we haven't met yet. Sid, I know. But bears are so awesome. They are one of the most powerful animals in all of North America and Northern Eurasia. Lainey, I like grizzlies, black bears, and polar bears. They are awesome. And they're also very dangerous creatures and very protective. Kenai, and I should know. I'm a bear myself. Me and Nita have the power to transform into bears. That's right. I have a strong feeling that Mordu is in Scotland for real. Let's head over to Scotland and take him down. Craven, Russian accent, I have faced bears before. Allow me to equip us with the proper bear hunting tools. Great. Craven went to his hunting room and he came back out with 12-gauge shotguns, elephant guns, and swords. Awesome, Sergey. Thanks. Let's head out for Scotland, guys. Everyone, yeah. Mixmaster, why do I get the feeling that we're in for a nasty surprise? We were off to Scotland. Asterisk. Scotland Highlands. Asterisk. We arrived in the Scotland Highlands. We were in the Dunatar Castle, and it was a castle located in northeastern Scotland. Wow. So the castle of the Dunbroch clan. It's in Dunatar Castle. Natalie, it's one of my favorite castles. It was built in 1400 AD. And it was left here in ruin back in 1718. Lori, so it's been left here to rot for 301 years? Luna, that is not good, dudes. We walked into the castle and we saw that it was back in prosperity. It was a beautiful kingdom. Wow. It's just like in the movie. We saw that it was a prosperous kingdom like in the movie. We saw Princess Merida. Princess Merida. Merida, Scottish accent, it's an honor to meet you and your friends, JD. You too. It's so awesome to meet you. Natalie, Scottish accent, It's a pleasure, lass. We saw your movie Brave and it was awesome. Merida, I had a feeling you would, lad. I'm glad you all came. We're being terrorized by Mordu, the demon bear. So Mordu is real. Nico, that is too weird. But we've dealt with all kinds of bad guys before. Vince, we sure have. Merida, my mother was cursed with a bear spell. Let me show you. We were led into the castle and we saw Merida's mother Queen Eleanor in bed and she was slowly turning into a bear. Eleanor, her hands become claws. What's happening to me? Jazz, this is gonna suck. Me? Oh man. Luckily we've handled magic stuff like this before. Eleanor, I'm going to snap my fingers and remove the magic that is causing this to you. Eleanor grunts, okay JD. Hurry. I snapped my fingers and she was changed back to normal. Me, there. We then told Eleanor that Merida has a right to make her own choice and that she should never be forced into marrying someone she hasn't even met. She has to make her own decisions and let her be with who she wants to be in love with. It's her choice and her choice alone. Never in the hands of someone else. Later we got to waiting for more due. Lainey, Green Arrow, Hawkeye, and Merida were practicing archery. They had really good shots. Rachel of the Animorphs was getting good. Lainey, you have a good shot Rachel. Rachel, Animorphs thanks Lainey. Nico was playing with his Transformers action figures. Angela sees me playing with my Starscream action figure. I don't get it. You hate the real Starscream but like the toy one. Nico, because the toy Starscream doesn't hurt people. Angela, good point. Me, hey Jen, when you first became the She-Hulk, how did that happen? Jen, it's something I will never forget. I was kidnapped by Dr. Doom and he injected me with some of Bruce's blood that enabled me to get a Hulk transformation. Flashback. Jen, narrating. I was strapped to a metal table and I then felt this incredible power rushing through me. Jen's eyes glowed neon green and her veins all over her body were glowing as well. She was in purple exercise clothes at the time. Past Jen. Oh, I'm feeling good. Her skin turned green and her body grew really muscular. Her hair turned from brown to dark green and her eyes were neon green. Jennifer Walters became for the first time the She-Hulk. She-Hulk, boo. Feels like somebody's lighting my fire. She broke out of her restraints but a bomb by her was armed and was about to explode. She-Hulk, uh-oh. Fireworks. It exploded. Crab boo-hoo-um. She-Hulk, oh yeah. Dr. D, you helped turn me into one seriously cheesed off She-Hulk. Flashback ends. Me, wow. So it was Dr. Doom that gave you your power. Jen, yep. Me, if we ever do face him as a Heartless in the future and I have a strong feeling we will, we'll have to thank him for your powers. Jen, that's true. Me, how long did it take for you to change back Jen? Jen, it took about a week. You see I'm much more calmer than my cousin. I changed back in my apartment. And Bruce was with me. Flashback. Jen and Hulk was back in her apartment and she was in a lot of pain and she began shrinking back to normal size. Her hair color changed back to dark brown, her eyes turned back to emerald green and her skin color changed back. Same with Bruce as he shrunk back down and returned to Bruce Banner. Jen screams, "It hurts." Bruce, groaning, "You get used to it over time." They got a massive headache and were holding their stomachs in pain and were struggling to keep their balance and bracing themselves on random pieces of furniture. They held themselves up with chairs and tables and the sofa. They tried to say something during the transformation but it was almost impossible for them to speak. Jen, wow. That was intense. Bruce, it's always rough Jen. But you were awesome as the She-Hulk. Jen, thanks Bruce. She touched him and he winced in pain. Jen, oops sorry. Bruce, it's all right. Jen, let's see if it worked. Jen and Bruce punched the floor and the wall and they hurt their knuckles. Jen, ow. Bruce, it worked. He touched her and she did the same. Bruce, sorry. I need to get some new clothes. Jen, same here. Your outfit is all rags and shreds. Bruce, yours looks good on you. That can be the new She-Hulk outfit. Jen, actually I have a better idea. But first we better change. They did so and a neighbor came in and he noticed the state their clothes were in. Neighbor, whoa. What happened to your clothes? Bruce, we were having a party? Jen, yet a party. The neighbor looked confused. Neighbor, alrighty then. He left. Jen later made her new She-Hulk outfit. Later they got some burgers and fries. Flashback ends. Me, that is painful. And you decided to dye your hair black, right? Jen, yep. Me, it looks good on you, Jen. Jen, thanks, sugar. Lori, has there ever been a time where you and Bruce lost control? Jen, we don't want to talk about that one. Me, okay then. Boy, that must have been bad. You two can tell us when you are ready. Bruce, well, no, you all have a right to know. It was a terrible time for me and Jen. Flashback. They were wearing different clothes. Bruce was wearing a blue sweater and black jeans and brown shoes, and Jen was wearing a purple summer shirt and black jeans. Jen and Bruce were in the mall walking around when suddenly they changed into their Hulk forms without warning, and then they roared with incredible fury, and then they went crazy. They were trashing the whole place and destroying everything in their path with such indiscriminate fury that it was unbelievable. They destroyed the entire mall, and it took the full force of the entire army to stop them. Flashback ends. Me, whoa. That's awful. Nico, no kidding. Vince, that's terrible. Me, yeah. Have you guys changed back in the middle of a fight? Bruce, several times actually. Flashback. Bruce, narrating. First was the time we fought the snow beast Wendigo. Jen and Bruce were fighting the giant snow beast Wendigo up in the snowy mountains of Canada. They were wearing their purple clothes that they usually wear when they transform. Jen's was a purple leotard and Bruce's was shredded shorts. But then they both reverted back to their human forms in the middle of the fight. They called a taxi and it took them back to a city somewhere in Canada. Taxi driver, what happened to your clothes? Bruce, lost them in an avalanche. Jen, yeah. Scene changes to the time they were fighting Leon Sharp, aka Speed Freak. He was a deadly swordsman in a powerful suit. Jen, narrating. Next we were fighting Speed Freak in Las Vegas. Speed Freak was putting up one hell of a fight. But then Hulk and Jen reverted back. They ran fast and they got into a taxi and it sped out of there. Driver, what happened to your clothes, Mac? Jen, we lost them at a gentleman's club. Bruce, yeah. Scene shifts to a fight with Carl Crusher Creel, aka Absorbing Man. Bruce, narrating. We were fighting Absorbing Man in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. They suddenly reverted back and they got into a taxi and went to Sao Paulo. Driver, Senor, where are your clothes? Jen, we lost them in the jungle. Bruce, yeah. Flashbacks end. Me, you two ran out of energy. You need food to keep yourselves going. Bruce, I know. We had to learn that the hard way. Luna, has there ever been a time where you accidentally transformed into your Hulk forms accidentally? Jen, that has happened to us several times. Flashback. Jen, narrating. It was back when we were walking down the street of the city. Jen and Bruce were wearing black exercise clothes and were getting their exercise in. Suddenly there was an explosion and gunfire at a bank and they went to check it out. Robber, thanks for the loot, you fuck lips. Jen and Bruce went to stop them and they punched them all over the play. But they fought back and one hit Bruce with a gun. The robbers were running on foot. Bruce, they sure didn't think this through. Jen, no they didn't, hun. Let's go. Jen and Bruce chased after them. Then suddenly they started transforming into their Hulk forms and they chased after them. Flashback ends. Me, whoops. Then I heard something snap. Me, uh-oh. We got up and stood ready. Me, stay quiet. He's close. Craven smelled the air. He got the scent of Mordu. Craven, Mordu is close. Very close. Nico, but where is he? Then a huge shadow loomed up behind Nico and he turned and he saw Mordu the demon bear. Nico, he's right behind me. Mordu roared ferociously and Nico ran and Mordu slashed him in the back with his claws and he had nasty slash marks on them and he was bleeding bad. Me, Mordu. He's an evil bear. Merida, he's more than that lads. He's the demon bear that took my father's leg. Lainey, this bear is a monster. Nicole, looks like there's nothing left of Mordu's humanity. Which probably means that the Book of Vile Darkness won't be needed. Me, no, but we can make him into a bearskin rug. Then numerous bear monsters appeared. They were the bear monsters from Disney Infinity. Me, whoa. Look at all these bear monsters. Flora, these bear monsters didn't appear in the movie before, did they? William, no. They didn't. Kenai, time to fight bear with bear. Kenai and Nika turned into bears. Rachel, Animorphs time to go bear. Rachel took off her yellow summer shirt and her jeans. Nico, whoa hubba hubba Rachel. May, you need to nurse that wound Nico. Nico, sorry May. I couldn't resist. May, it's all right Nico. Rachel transformed into a bear. Her hands turned into paws with huge claws and her skin turned all furry with brown fur. Her head turned into a bear's head with big ears, a snout, and fanged teeth and her body turned into that of a bear. Rachel, Animorphs let's bring the bear necessities. Luan, laughs, good one Rachel. Me, that was funny. Lainey, let's bring in the heavy firepower. Lainey pulled out 2 animal crystals, a black bear and a polar bear. She put them in her flute. Lainey, bear brothers, arise. Lainey played her flute and the bear zords arrived. Lori, wow. A black bear and a polar bear zord. Me, that is awesome. Polar claw, it's gonna be a battle of the bears. Me, it sure is. Time to face the bear facts. Let's get them. Nico, you rest up. We'll get you some medical treatment after this is over. Nico, okay. Show no mercy JD. Me, I plan not to. Let's go. We went at them and we were ripping the bears apart. It was a ferocious battle that shook the very foundation of Scotland. We fired arrows and blasted them with shotguns and elephant guns and slashed them with swords. We were causing the bear monster body count to write like a bat out of hell. We slashed and bashed and blasted numerous bear monsters and blew them all apart. Kenai slashed a bunch of bear creatures and the bear zords slashed and bashed them to pieces and fired blasts of fire and ice and blew them apart. Until Mordu was left. Edzilla, punches Mordru Ed smash stupid bear. Eddie, go lumpy go. Me, let's finish this overgrown teddy bear. Combo and final smash time. Nico, Mordu you have failed all of Scotland. Flora, let's get him. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into Flora's arm and it enhanced her magic and gave her the ability to control plant monsters like Evil Seed. Jazz turned into his 2010 movie form. Jazz, action time. Cyber Key Power. The Velocitron Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his photon rifle, flamethrower, full spectrum beacon, 180 dB stereo speakers and abilities 100-fold. He creates dazzling, disorienting sound and light shows. Flora and Jazz, Flower Dragon Vertical Light. Flora formed a powerful dragon of flowers and Jazz fired blasts of light and the light merged with the flower dragon and it fired a powerful blast of light energy that caused Mordu to go crazy and it slammed into him with incredible force and knocked him down. Angela, let's burn this monster. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into her arm device and it enhanced her fire-bending powers 100-fold. Like with how Sozin's Comet did. Mixmaster, let's get him. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his arm and it enhanced his abilities and enhanced his acids and bonding agents with the ability to reduce anything to dust and recombine absolutely anything inside mixing drum. He now can fire any of his mixing drums concoctions through head-mounted nozzles and his arms and legs with a range of several 100,000 meters. His laser rifle has been enhanced dramatically. Mixmaster in Agila, Nitroglycerin Firestorm Explosion Storm. Mixmaster fired a powerful blast of nitroglycerin and Agila fired a powerful blast of white-hot fire. The fire ignited the nitroglycerin and it exploded with incredible power as it hit Mordu and it exploded into a massive wall of fire. Me. Time to see what other powers all the robots of Mega Man had. Dust Crusher. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into my left arm device. I fired a huge ball of scrap metal and it hit Mordu and exploded and it sent shrapnel all over the place. A piece of it hit my arm and it cut it badly. I had blood dripping down my arm. Me. Screams in pain. Ow. Wow. That is powerful. Okay, I'll use that one only when necessary. That packed as much explosive power and shrapnel as an IED. Let's see here. Atomic Fire. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into my left arm and I fired a massive blast of fire that turned into a phoenix and it went at Mordu and it hit him and exploded with the power of 400 tons of napalm. Crab. The heat coming off of it was unbelievable. Me. Wow. That is as hot as a solar flare. Mega Man. It sure is. But that was really well done. Mordu went at me. Me. Uh-oh. Skull Barrier. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into my device again and I formed a skull-shaped energy shield around me. Mordu slashed at it and it didn't even penetrate it. Then I fired a blast of wind and blew him back and sent the skull barrier at him and the skulls turned into King Cobra skulls. They went at Mordu and bit him and poisoned him. Sid. Oh, that is very clever. King Cobra venom is powerful enough to kill 20 people and a bear is no match for that kind of poison. Laney. That is very clever. But the most venomous snake of them all is the Black Mamba. They can kill a person in 1 to 5 minutes. Sid. I know. That's what makes them so awesome. Ronnie Ann. They sure are awesome. Me. Let's finish this monster off. Final smash time. Key Knight. Let's get him. Ursa Major Bear Storm. The constellation of Ursa Major the Great Bear appeared in the background behind him and a sloth of bears appeared and Kenai and the bears went at Mordu and they slashed him all over the place with extreme ferocious savagery. Merida. Now to finish you, ya monster. Scotland Arrow Fire Skewer. Merida fired an arrow that turned into a powerful fire spear and it went through Mordu's chest and out through his back. It killed him instantly. Me. That takes care of him. Great job, guys. Merida. Thanks, JD. It was awesome. To the viewers, stay very still when you see an bear and never stare at it. JD 2. There's 2 new Shen Gongwu in this area, JD. Me. Which ones are they? JD 2. One is called the Sapphire Dragon and the other is called Jetbutsu. Me. What do they do? JD 2. The Sapphire Dragon is the most dangerous Shen Gongwu that can only be used as an absolute last resort. It transforms into a sapphire dragon that indiscriminately turns creatures into a sapphire zombie. Me. Whoa. That sounds extremely terrifying. JD 2. It is. Jetbutsu allows the user to defy gravity. They act like jet-propelled boots and they allow the user to fly, walk on walls and even float in the air. Me. Wow. That sounds like a handy woo. JD 2. It is. The E in the middle of my forehead glowed and fired 2 lasers and they went down 2 different paths. Me. They split off in 2 places. I'll start with the right path. I followed the right path and it showed me that the first Shen Gongwu was buried underground and I dug it up. It was the Sapphire Dragon. The Sapphire Dragon has 2 forms. In its Wu form, It is a miniature statue of a sapphire dragon appearing to be curled up, with its tail as a makeshift handle, and light green eyes. In its true form, the sapphire dragon has a long, serpent-like body. It has dark blue scales and a light blue underbelly, with cyan eyes seen on its wu form, and long whiskers. I picked it up. Me. So this is the sapphire dragon. JD2, yet it may not look like much, but this is a very dangerous Shen Gong Wu. Me. I won't use this one ever. Let's see where the jetbutsu is. The second laser formed and I followed it. It was pointing up to a nest in a really tall tree. Me. It's up in that tree. I flew up to the top of the tree and saw the jetbutsu in a nest in the tree. Me. So it's in a nest. Very clever hiding place. I took the jetbutsu and put it and the sapphire dragon in my bag. I went back to everyone and told them what I found. Nico caught an infernape and a tortera. Kenai caught a teddy ursa. Also I killed Auntie Binky. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Later we were resting up. Nico had bandages wrapped around him. Me. Boy, we got a major beating, hey? Lincoln. Yeah, we sure did. But it was so cool meeting Merida. Nico. It sure was. Sid. But it was so awesome how you killed that anti-fairy. Lynn. The anti-fairies are monsters that represent bad luck. And before you moved here, Sid, I was extremely paranoid when it came to luck. Sid. Really? Lynn. Yep. Me. And now it's time to send the anti-fairies a message they will never forget. Lori. What kind of message? Me. To let them know that their end will soon come. My eyes glowed red. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Anti-fairy world. At the Council of the Anti-Fairies, a meeting was in session. An anti-fairy came in and it had a strange disc in his hands. Anti-Billy Crystal Ball. Council. Something came for you. Anti-fairy counselor. Let's see it. Anti-Billy gave it to them and it turned on and it was a disc that played a holographic message. I was on the hologram. Me. Anti-fairies. Anti-fairy counselor. JD. Knudsen of Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Me. That's right. I have a message for you all. I am hereby declaring war on all anti-fairies. We've had it with all the pain and suffering you cause every Friday the 13th. We already killed a bunch of your stupid and disgustingly evil freaks of nature and now we're gonna make sure that we wipe you out forever. And to show that I mean business. I pulled out a remote control and pressed a red button and then outside the anti-fairies saw their huge big black wand explode into a massive fireball and it blew it apart into 1,000 pieces. Then hundreds of smaller powerful explosions went off all over anti-fairy world and blew most of the houses all over the place to smoking rubble and killed most of the anti-fairies to dust. And it killed them all. The anti-fairy council was in complete utter disbelief. I had killed 50% of the entire population of the anti-fairies in one fell swoop with just explosives alone. Me. As you have just seen, that was to show that we mean business. But that was a small demonstration. Get ready anti-fairies, because September 13th, 2019 is going to be your last days alive. The hologram vanished and the disc exploded in the council's face and killed 2 of them instantly. The third counselor arose from the smoke and he was enraged. He was beyond enraged. Anti-fairy counselor, enraged screaming, I'll get you for this Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Just you wait and see. I'll make you pay for this. This is an act of the devil. Curse you. Curse you all to fucking hell. The war has just begun. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete. The 2012 movie Brave was awesome. I saw it earlier and it was awesome and incredibly funny. Craig Ferguson was in that movie as one of the voices and he always cracks me up. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.